Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Dance. Today's class is a dancer's cross-training class, which will focus on the fundamentals and putting the fun back in fundamentals. So clear your space, have water nearby. Feel free to use a yoga mat, or you're welcome to work on a rug. I have a block and a strap that we'll use today when we come down onto the ground. You can also use a hand towel, a pretty sturdy novel, or even a pillow will work rather than a block. So clear your space. You're welcome to also use a wall or a chair for our opening plie series if you need some help with balance. And who doesn't? Yes, so enjoy coming to any sort of support that you need and placing your left hand to help ground you. So let's begin parallel, just to get a feel for having our feet rooted right underneath us. And then take a demi-plie. And again, this could be very serious alignment stuff, or a sense of being, embodied and feeling the breath moving, that the limbs are just falling off. The upper body is just nice and easy. So you can be very serious, in the lower body and in your alignment, but the attitude of your effort has an ease about it, a calm, that we were dancing. So easy plies, parallel hips width, with that freedom to play, to have fun. Now step your right foot forward a couple inches, hips width, and then anchor here and feel that easy wobble in the upper body. That you have the opportunity to sway some. And you're putting one foot in front of the other. And then gently step back, aligned, hips width, just one. Again, use the support or start to trail the hands in front of you. Easy plie, sort of pushing the waves. And exhale. Let's take one more. And then transition. I'll turn to use the right hand now, and then find that middle ground. And again, if this is, easy for you, you can put the hands on the hips. Every day is different, every body is different, and every body is different every day. So take care of yourself. Step your left foot forward. Again, like you were walking, yes. We might have to robot today. So you're walking, and then grounding. So you have this alignment, this parallel, dare we say, fourth position energy. And as you're coming up and down, and maybe the hands are on the support at the wall, or the chair or a table, or you're just trailing. I'm gonna take one more just so I can touch the greenery, and then come back to center, step the front foot in to meet. Now, 2 feet or one, let's zip up the central line. Again, using your support, left hand, parallel plie, and then let's turn it out. Now if you need, you can do one foot and then the other foot, and then a plie with a wiggle on top, and then gather it in and take a plie with a wiggle on top. Now, left foot turns out, right foot turns out, first position, wiggle, and then bring in the right, bring in the left. Now, perhaps 2 feet open, up to you, and then come back into more classical sort of flow here. Arm comes out to the side, and then sweeping back down. Let your arm feel like a paintbrush. Back to center. Come to parallel, and again, maybe you can do 2 legs together, a little more core work. And then we'll soutenu. Cross over, right leg. Have a moment where you use your support on releve, and then plie, step the feet together, parallel, second side. And then open it up, left foot, right foot, and wiggle with a plie, back to center, right foot, left foot, in the center. Then opposite side, just opening one foot at a time and bring it back in. And soft and easy. Now perhaps you can do 2 feet together. You have to really zip it up and down. And the arms, again, that paintbrush of energy out, inner thighs to outer knees, and then plie, bring it back to the middle. This time, soutenu, you're gonna click, a little flick out, and then rise up, use your support. Okay, back to the center. Now let's try aligning, perhaps without the wall or a bar, if you will, and then turn the toes out at a functional range, right? It doesn't have to be cranked open. Keep it neutral where you can contain your energy. And let's take hands to hips or hands out in front and take that easy plie and feel that energy of the spine just floating and your head bubbling. And then take the arms out. And then let's take a flow right and left, plie in the middle, and then a flow left and right, plie. Yeah, so the rib cage is off center and right down the middle. One more. And center. Now take the arms up on the diagonal, port de bras, and then reach, 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 center. Plie, holding the space above, and then reach, reach, reach. Back to the middle. Plie, take the arms out on the side, or out to the side, and then step out a little wider. Now, center yourself here, second position, hands on the hips, and then turn your left shoulder in and then your right shoulder in, going side to side. One shoulder dips down, then the other shoulder dips down. All right, so it's a plie, but it's got some attitude. And then back to the center, plie, rise up, inhale, bring your feet in, heel toe. My knot is not staying, not. Then coming back to your support, left hand on your chair or your bar as you need. Tendus, right? So we take it up a notch from the plie. Then we'll point the toes, right foot's gonna point out, and then take that wiggle plie in the middle, and then tendu out to the second, and then then take it behind. And squirm and to the side, and easy. Now let's take a little dégagé. Brush, plie with a wiggle in the shoulders, and brush out to the side. And plie, and then brush to the back. And have that moment. And then out to the side. And easy in the middle. Come to parallel. Let's do a little kick for the soutenu. Turn. Bring yourself to the second side. Turn it out, first position. Functional. Arrive. Take your plie with a wiggle. And then we'll come back to tendu. Point the left toes forward. Center with an ease. Out to the side, tendu. And center, just kind of close it up and back. All right, so if you start to take yourself too seriously, inhale. There's a plie with a shimmy there. Now we dégagé, little brush stroke in front and wiggle like you mean it. And then brush out to the side. That decompressed mode here in the middle, and then brush it to the back. All right, so your energy to the side is contained, classic, and then bring yourself to it. Parallel, left leg kick flick, and then turn soutenu, turn it out, first position. From here, we'll take that like fluid energy in the upper body, the container of the lower body for a leg swing. So you could stay close to the ground, tendu, brush front, brush back, nice and easy. If you want to add on a little attitude to it, bending the leg in front and back, you can stay low to the floor, play with an arm swing, maybe forward when you go back, back when you go forward. It could be higher if that feels good in your body. You want to hear the sound of the foot brushing through. Right, and the upper body still has that like, ooh, I'm just dancing here. This is a leap that we're taking, right? This is the shape of the leap. You don't have to actually leap. You can find the suspension in your body. Now reach up, both arms, plie. Feel all the energy you just created. And then pull up from the inner heels, inner thighs, pelvic floor, all the way up to the heart, to the fingertips, crown of the head. Releve, balance, pull the front body in, lift the back body up, and then plie and wiggle it out. Like somebody cuts the strings, yeah? Come back to parallel. Here's our kick, flick, and turn. As you come to parallel, open it up, first position. Again, using your support as you need. And then you take that easy brush forward, swing through, brush back. Doesn't have to be any higher than this, just easy. Could stay straight leg, or you can allow, as you're pointing through the foot, that little kick in the front and the back. And maybe you go a little higher. And then the arms in opposition. Swinging, swing it out here. Breathing, pull up through the standing leg and release, plie, reach the arms up, rise up from the inner lines, zip it all up to the crown. Take a deep breath in, pull the navel in, lift the back of the heart up, and then let it go with a wiggle. Parallel through the feet. Kick and flick, turn, other side, plie. Let's come to parallel, take a moment, turn it out. So again, you're trying to find those muscles that externally rotate the leg. That's your turn out, finding it in the back side as well. And then rond de jambe, right? So classic moves. You're just gonna bring a little more style to it. So on the plie, we're gonna reach forward, take it around, scoop it back, and then lift it up. Again, forward, a little circle, and then forward. Last one brings you up to passe, and then let your passe have this like snaky spine energy. Or you can take the leg a little higher when the arms come up. Test your balance here. And then kick, flick, maybe no hands on the way back around. So we're kind of in a fifth or third. Come to parallel, reset, find your balance, turn the legs out. Again, prepare and rond de jambe. The arm comes through and then bring it around. All right, just make it your own. From here, passe, so you're gonna thread it up. Inhale, firm the outer hips in. Test your balance, reach the arms up nice and high. Maybe smiling even. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And then like someone cuts the strings, let it all go. Woo. Inhale. Oh, I forgot to flick. And then kick and turn. Woo. All the way around. Plie. Stepping onto your mat. Have your props nearby. And then come to the top of your mat for a moment. Working our way down onto the back, but let's choreograph this, shall we? As you come to parallel, inhale, reach the arms out and up. And then exhale, let's swing it out. Feet are hips width. You can go wider if that feels better in your knees or your low back. then just swing. And maybe the swing goes up a little higher and across, wrapping it all the way up, freeing the spine. And then gently come back to the center. Inhale, reach up. And then like someone cuts all the strings, like let it all kind of go. Inhale, reach up. And then this next one, if you want to reach up and rise up, releve. And then one more, inhale. And reach up. From here, step your hands to your hips and the right foot back. Inhale, lower down, take your knee towards the floor. Coming through a lunge, you can always use the chair. And then come towards hands and knees for a moment. Let your spine sway. If it feels good to be on your hands and knees and even press back some, you could press the hips towards the heels. Let your spine sway. And then inhale, come forward. Shift off to your left side. And then coming toward your backside, just to have a seat, I'm gonna grab my gear. Bring your gear closer. And then side lie to come down onto your back. Now when you get there, inhale, draw your right knee in toward your chest, give it a snuggle. So we want to open up the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. And you could do this by simply stepping on the sky. In the same way we were working parallel and then turning the legs out, you can find the muscles that do that here. If the leg super straight is not your jam, you could keep the knee a little bit bent and find this at the hips, right? That's what we want to access. It's that connection, how the core sort of plugs the legs in, how this movement affects your low back. If you want to deepen this offering, you could also use your strap or your hand towel. And again, you're simply going to step on the sky like we were doing our standing plies now, and then turn the leg out. Maybe plie to kick it a little higher, turn it out. So you should feel this, some I would hope, in your tail sort of area, in your hip and your glute, and that deep connection of the hamstring. And in the core, maybe the outer hip as well. Now keep the strap or whatever you're using in your right hand. You could also just hold on to the back of the leg or knee, taking the leg out to the side. So we come into, again, this sense of, oh wow, this is like second position plie, but I'm on my back. So nice and gentle on the joints there. And then consider stretching the leg out to the side as it works in your body. If you're close enough to the wall, you could even rest your leg on the wall. That's really helpful. And take another breath in. Exhale, empty it all out. Walk the hand up the strap some. Maybe stretch the leg a little deeper. The opposite leg can fall out to counterbalance this so you don't feel overwhelmed. And then exhale and bring the leg back to center. Give it a hug. Stretch it out long. Get a feel for how good it feels. And then let's take the opposite knee in. You could even rest the left foot on the right thigh and drop across for a gentle twist. So you're opening up the low back, the back ribs, taking the deepest breath of the day. Still have that feeling of port-a-bras, yeah, the arms open and the breath flowing without any rigidity. The upper body is easy, the head's still on that like bobble mode. And then come back down, plant both feet. Let's take a bridge lift. Just to open up through the fronts of the hips, you push down through the feet, lift up through your tail. Fill the breath into the back ribs, side ribs, the top of the chest, and then bring it back down. Notice the difference in the right foot and the left foot. And then let's balance it out. Unfold the left leg towards the sky. So again, it's that familiar territory of plie, but now we're facing the clouds, yeah? We're walking on the sky here. Plie and turn it out. Yeah, bend it, straighten it, turn it out, bent or straight, up to you. You're trying to find that like hinge that you're opening, or you're sort of turning the knob there, opening through the threshold at the hips. Now you could also hold on to the knee and do the same thing. Or take the strap around the base of the ball of the foot, walking the hands up so there's no stress across the neck and the shoulders. And then take your demi-plie and then step into it. Turn the leg out. Take your demi-plie and turn it out. So you're really steering with the heel here. So you can plie and turn it out. Straight as you might, pulling the leg in toward you, but using the core. And keep setting the outer hip down. So you're using the core to kick the leg toward you, less upper body. Yeah. Not that easy, but so good for giving you more space to breathe into at the low back and hips. Now let's hold the strap with just your left hand, or you can hold onto your knee, back of the leg, turning the leg out. Yes. So we take it out to the side with the bent knee. The opposite leg is grounded, but you can allow the hips to open. Yes, here. And then gently unfold the leg any amount. And this will be different, right? Every day, everybody, every day. And if it feels good to take it out and let it extend, really pushing through the heel. Try to anchor through the opposite hip. Keep breathing. Feel that fluidity in the upper body, that connection through your core, and the rooting down through the feet. Nice deep breath. Bobble your head, swallow. And then exhale, bring the legs back toward you. Release the leg down long to the floor. Just feel how good it feels. Let it all go. Now take the opposite leg. You're gonna bend the right knee in. You could rest the foot on the thigh and drop it across. Without feeling like you're falling over, keep holding some space with that port de bras energy in the upper body. So the right arm is extending, the lungs opening, the breath extending. And then gently bring yourself back. Plant your feet. Lift your hips. You have the strap nearby. You might even hold the strap underneath you, holding onto the strap to try to puff the chest up. You can even imagine you're pulling the strap apart, and that helps energize the shape as you open into the heart. Take a deep breath, push into the feet. Imagine you're pulling the heels in toward you some without letting the knees draw out, and then release the strap. Lift your heels, so you're in releve there, and come on down, all the way down. Allow the knees to drop to the left as you exhale to the right. All right, so here's that like snaky, easy, undulating quality here on your back as you rinse off. And then coming back to center. So option here is to use the block or your pillow, your book, and to place it underneath the hips. So today, a nice way to elevate the pelvis and release the legs from our standing work might be to use the block, any support underneath you, and then to take one leg at a time. You could hug them in or stretch them any amount towards the sky. So we allow the energy to drain and pour down and soak in all that grounding we found in the feet. puff the chest up. You can also take the hands to the floor or around the block to help lift your rib cage and your chest and feel like you're opening your heart to this. And then option again to turn the legs out. So first position, all right, but it's fun. It's upside down. You're not holding the weight of it. Turn it out and then point the toes. And you can just watch the legs turn out and extend. And notice, is one leg leading? Is one turning out more than the other? One's a little stickier than the other. Can you lift the sort of teardrop of the muscle above the knee and try to pull that energy towards your hips? Good, last two. And then circle out the ankles. You can part the knees some, circle out the ankles. If this is too much to have the hips elevated, at this point, bring the knees in, come back down, and you can do everything else we're going to do without the hips lifted. Option to take the knees out to the side and allow your hands to support this shape. So it has like a upward facing frog kind of feel to it, or it could be a butterfly. But opening through the hips, releasing the shoulders down into the floor here. And again, it's like second position, but you have a new perspective on things. And then bring the legs back together. Option again, butterfly shape, maybe a little higher up. You can use the hands now to support the weight of the legs, right? So elbows on the floor and supported. Or you might even take the legs out wide to the side. Again, you can support this shape. Any variation on the theme, but it's like a grand plie, yeah, on your back here. Grand plie on your back. Could be like a happy baby pose. And then come back to center. It's a kick. Stretch the legs up, wave to your toes and wave back. And then draw the knees in. Plant your feet on the floor. Lift the hips. Remove the support. And then roll to your side. So that same variation as you come up to sit, lifting the legs, you could do before bed. You put the legs up the wall. I have a chair here. You can always put your legs over the seat of the chair, which I'll demo just so you can see it today. You're welcome to hang out there, but I'll get us back up. But nice option at the end of the day, especially if you're dancing all day, which I hope you are, is just to elevate the legs at a 90-degree angle. And then you can decompress the low back and release any of the stress or fatigue from standing. So 5 minutes of this, 10 minutes of this before bed will also help you to relax and down gear yourself before sleep. So I'm gonna roll to the side. Join me. And then let's come back to all fours. Feel free to use your chair to bring you back up, or step, sort of rewind the same way we came into the earth. Step, lunge forward, 2 feet. Press your hands into the thighs to rise up tall. And take a moment to arrive standing. Parallel, same way we began. Notice as you take a deep breath in, roll the shoulders down the back as you plie, and then let it wiggle and wobble. And can you bring this freedom and this new perspective to whatever you're doing today, right? Fundamentals, your everyday things. Can you bring a little more joy, a little more play, a little more wobble, and freedom to what's before you. I'm Suzy. Thank you so much for moving with me today. Have a beautiful day, and I look forward to dancing